Have you ever wanted to gamble away your life savings in poker, but you didn't have any friends, and I know you're not going to touch grass in your life? Well, I've got something for you. I like to think of it as God's gift to man, or man's gift to God, Balatro. Developed by one local thunk, Balatro is a roguelike deck builder based around poker. So, how does this play out? Well, my singular viewer, you play by using cards from a standard playing card deck to make poker hands. These hands will generate you chips. Using these chips, you beat blinds, which are basically levels. And you generate these chips with your hands. They generate you chips, but also this thing called mult, which is multiplier. Multiply your chips by your mult, and bam, Bob's your soccer. Wait, what? You get a limited amount of hands, and if you have cards you don't want, you can instead discard them, which you take the same amount of cards, and then you will throw them away and pull more from your deck. But with all of this considered, you may notice that, well, sure, you start off at 300 chips for the first level, but by the end, it's 100,000 chips. So how in God's green earth do you get to, well, 100,000 chips? The first thing is the butter to the bread that is this game. Jokers. Jokers are modifiers to the hands you play that do things from giving you more chips, giving more mult, multing mult, getting money, and weird shit. Now, with any good gambling, there's money involved, which you use to buy multiple different things, but mainly jokers. But you don't go into debt yet, because there is interest, which helps you get money if you save money, like the semi-responsible addict you should be. So, you get the gimmick now. Buy jokers that give you effects from, say, giving chips when you play face cards, or a banana that might explode after every round. And that's just the beginning. So, now it's time for my favorite part of this game, tarot cards. Now these are cards that you use to modify your deck and jokers to a degree, like upgrading cards to give extra chips or mult, giving you a joker, giving you money, making more tarot cards or planet cards, turning one card into another. Like everything in this beautiful game, you also buy these with your fake money in the shop, which appears at the end of every round. But wait, there's more. As in this cure-all of a game, there's still more. Remember how I said planet cards? There are cards that upgrade the types of poker hands that you play, also for the planets of the solar system. You've got Saturn, which upgrades the straight, Jupiter upgrades the flush, Venus, which upgrades the three of a kind, even though it's the second planet, and my favorite in our solar system, Planet X. Now it's time to go over the weird stuff. Spectral cards. Spectral cards are the powerful cards with costs to them. Out of the three types of non-deck cards, these are the most warping, as they can do things like buffing a joker to not take up a slot, but reducing your hand size by 1 to something as simple as creating 2 copies of a card. Or make a legendary joker? What in the goddamn... Okay, but yeah, these can alter your runs for the better, or be your downfall if you're unlucky with some of the spectral cards. There's also vouchers. Vouchers are an item you can purchase in the shop after every ante, but you can only buy 1 per ante. They will usually provide permanent effects that don't take up anything, ranging from giving you an extra maximum hand to play, or even nothing. Oh, okay. Last thing. Decks. Decks are basically classes for this game, giving additional effects mainly around certain limits. So you have things like the erratic deck, which is my favorite, that lets you have completely randomized cards at the start. Or you have the antique deck, which has no face cards. Or the black deck, that reduces the amount of hands you can play per blind by 1, but you get an extra joker slot. Or something as simple like the blue deck, which just gives you an extra hand to play. Or the red deck, which gives you an extra discard. Why is this game so amazing? Well, you really have to play it for yourself to know why, but honestly, I think it comes down to one main thing. Ease of playing. All you have to do is click 3 times, twice for opening the game, and then once to skip the long-ass intro. With that, then you're just free to play. There's nothing else stopping you from doing anything in Balatro, and when you have a gameplay loop as effective as it is, well, you can't really stop. The aesthetic is amazing. It really works well together to have a very casual feeling, and the music is not repetitive, but very loopable. So you won't get annoyed, but you won't really notice it unless you have trauma from it. All of these things add up to making Balatro my favorite game that fuels my forever thirsting gambling addiction with a simple but diverse concept that can keep me, and hopefully you, playing non-stop. That's all I have today. I'm Risky the Rogue, and you've been an amazing viewer. I give this game a 10 out of 10, and that's all for now. Goodbye! Oh, wow. My first semi-real video, or at least first in this format, and it was really fun to do. I hope if anyone actually gets to this point that you enjoyed the video and you watch more. And for the next thing, I think I'm gonna do HoloCure.